So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They run with Patterson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They go play action with Franks.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
On 1st and 10, Franks. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now Franks.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. Touchdown! Cordero Patterson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Jackson on 1st down.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Again, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last...
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Patterson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 6.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Franks. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
2nd and 10.
The Franks looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. These two teams all tied after one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Franks now. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Got a man, it's Patterson complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. Back to throw. Franks forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Adafe Owe in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
Let's go, defense.
Looking to throw. Franks. He sets to fire deep.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson. Flushed out right.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Jackson now. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. This time, Jackson will throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, a 3-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Working out of the gun, Franks.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Gage as the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a give right side. It's Patterson.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, here's Franks.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down, Franks. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Setting up play action. Franks.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Franks now on second down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Patterson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Dobbins.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Franks now to throw on 1st down.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
It's Franks now from the shotgun.
He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 41 yards.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
On 2nd down, Franks again.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
To throw on 3rd down. Franks, he finds his man, complete. That's Patterson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, 49 yards. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go option to the short side. Now they'll run the toss here to the wide side of the field. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Frank's throw here on target to Hurst.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Franks.
Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now Franks.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A first down throw. Here's Franks.
Forced out to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check 31, check 31.
Back to throw. Franks. This one left side caught by Patterson. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Don't worry. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. My game, my game.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.